on state TV. That's business as usual, according to Ether El Khattabni, an Egyptian journalist who has appeared on Egypt's Nile TV. Ether has spent the past couple days watching state TV around the clock and can't believe the coverage of the revolution. She joins us tonight from Cairo via Skype. Ether, begin by telling us, what have you seen on the TV screen on official state TV news?
Well, it's actually very fun to watch in a sense. What we call in Egypt something that makes you laugh and cry, gives you high blood pressure, and at the same time makes you laugh. The first day after January 25th, we had the protest. You had tens of thousands of people in the street, and then there was absolutely nothing on state TV, nothing, not even one mention of it. And then once it turned out that the situation wasn't going to go away in one day, they eventually switched to two shots, and that's what we've been seeing for an entire week. One shot is a nice, beautiful picture of the Nile with the 6th of October bridge, and you have the Cairo Tower in the background. And the other shot is directly from their offices, underneath their offices, which is near the 6th of October bridge with 3 tanks and no people. So whenever you've had thousands of people in Tahrir, those are the shots that people have been seeing. What they've been hearing is that there's absolutely nothing wrong. In what has been almost 10 days now, there's never been one shot of an anti-Mubarak sign. There hasn't been one caller. All the callers are all pro-Mubarak, or they're all terrified people. You should all stop this. This is wrong. You're tearing down the country. All the guests are all pro-Mubarak. There was even one shot I remember seeing. A tank was driving by and actually had graffitied on it down with Mubarak. They'd actually kind of pixelated that, so you wouldn't even be able to see that. So there's a lot of paranoia, and it's a lot of fear-mongering. And people who watch, especially with a large segment of the Egyptian population who doesn't really have access to the internet, they blocked Al Jazeera for a while. So for these people who watch, a lot of them are taking in a lot of patriotic songs, a lot of, we have to stand by our country, there's a flag in the corner of the screen, protect Egypt, anti-Baradei sign. And they just don't mention the information. For example, like yesterday when you had the horses and camels in downtown, they didn't even mention that. They said this was false, even though you had Al Jazeera and Al Arabiya and CNN, everyone broadcasting footage, they were denying it. And then suddenly they're like, oh, okay, there were a couple of camels.
You have been on Nile TV a fair number of times over the years, of course. Have you ever been censored? Have they ever tried to control what you say?
Well, state TV works very much on every channel has an agenda, CNN, you guys are getting allegations that you're trying to get the ratings up. But Al Jazeera, for example, will be, won't say anything about the ruling family. So for state TV, it's very well known that there are topics that won't be discussed. So it's not so much a censoring, it's more of a self-censoring, and you already know what you can't mention and what you will mention. So it works kind of, you already know before you start working what's going to be mentioned and what's not going to be mentioned. So for example, I know when events in Tunisia were happening and I was discussing it, when I was on the press that day when we were discussing the newspapers, that wasn't supposed to be mentioned at all. And I mentioned it because it's happening and it's really important. In Lebanon, when the situation was deteriorating in the government, we were talking about Sudan. So you kind of know what's going to be said and what's not going to be said beforehand.
Well, one last question, Ether. Given everything you've just told us about the censorship and how lacking in credibility Nile TV is, at least as you described it, does the general public believe Nile TV?
I think it's not just Nile TV. There's a kind of sense, towards even our press, even our national newspapers. We actually have a saying in Egypt, when someone's lying or kind of omitting the truth, we tell them, this is kalam garai, this is newspaper speak. Because that's how the media was generally seen before we had independent media. A while back we had a picture doctored photo of the president in front of Obama. Now that also made headlines everywhere. So it's kind of, a kind of resignation towards, this is what we're to be expected. But they love the country, they want stability for the country, so it's okay. So a lot of people, they'll watch it, they'll take it with a pinch of salt, they'll get their news from other media outlets, they'll poke fun at it. But at the same time, we also have to bear in mind that a large portion of the Egyptian public is illiterate, is uneducated. So for them, this might be, a kind of, they might take it at face value, and do believe, and there are, and it does happen, especially the rumors and the kind of fear and paranoia that's instilled in people to turn against what's been happening on the ground. So yeah, even one last thing, even when I'm talking about the papers, I actually have a copy of the paper for you. You can see this is today, These are the headlines today. This is Ahram, and the headline reads, millions turn out, millions come to support Mubarak. And you have, Al-Akhbar, which is the second paper, huge conspiracy theory against Egypt. You have Al-Jumhuriyya also. Egypt is stronger than this. And you only have the independent media actually covering. So you have Al-Masri Yom, which is our biggest paper, and they're the ones saying, that Tahrir Square turned into a bloodbath yesterday. On the 25th, the first day when the protest happened, the second day, you had Al-Ahram, absolutely nothing on their front page. Just a small mention saying, people gave policemen flowers and chocolate. And I think that's just perfectly representative of state media in Egypt.
All right, Ether, that is fascinating, and stay safe, and I hope we will talk to you again in the days ahead.
Thank you very much.